What's up, guys? I just wanted to share this little video. This is a mini pixel tree, and I came up with the idea thanks to another member from the DIY forums. And basically, this is a half tree. This took me a little bit longer to make than I expected, but I still got it done. This is a half tree. You can see here I didn't light anything in the back. And I just used some scrap wood that I had that actually my old Lightorama controllers used to sit on the board here. And this was the leg to the controller stand. And pretty basic construction, I'll show you. Basically, I have a board here that is probably 18 inches wide, and then the depth from here all the way to the front, from the back to the front, is only 16 inches. That's as wide as the board was. So that's why it's not centered on the board exactly. But this gave the pixels the spacing for the strips for the height. Now, what I did was I had one string of pixels, and that's it. And so I wanted to make something, and this is what I made. And how I basically did this was I took some pallet strapping and I folded it over. And once I folded it over, I put some zip ties on the end, and I taped the ends so that I have a, it's kind of hard to do this, so that I have the zip ties going through the little loop there instead of a D-ring. Now, since this is such a small tree, you don't need D-rings for all of these. And then I took some cup hooks, which I have sitting around, and I just screwed them into this board here. And I run them from the top all the way down here, and I'll get to the bottom. And you can see I put cup hooks in the bottom there and zip tied around. Now, there is some play. Let me zoom out here. There is some play in this board where there's only two screws that come up through the bottom of the board that go into here. I pre-drilled them. They were pretty simple. And I thought about making a collapsing version of this so that I could store it. And what I plan on doing is I plan on putting a hinge here so this can fold down. And then over on this side, putting two eyelets, one here and one here, and then one here and one here, and then zip tying it up. And then that way I can just cut it and snap it down, and it'll fold up. And I can put a little hook on it on this side, say over here. And basically that's all I did. But I only had one string of pixels, which was a string of 50 from DIY LED Express. It was from our pixel starter kit. And I cut it into sections of there's 7 pixels per string, and then there's 7 strings per strand, and there's one strand. There's 7 pixels per string, and I'm using Nutcracker to drive this. Now, I made some mistakes whenever I put this up. I mean, this is a prototype because I wanted to do a mini tree, but since somebody posted a picture of one and how they did it, I liked the idea, so I figured, well, what am I going to do? How do I do this? So obviously I have some extra wire laying around here, so I have to go back and do some resoldering, but after I take care of that, pretty much this will be something that I can disassemble quickly, because each of these, there's just enough play where I can unhook from the bottom and then unhook at the top, and these will be one long string. I'll store these in a tote. Then after they're stored in a tote, this will fold down, and I'll have an easy, quick storage mini pixel tree. And this is only 49 pixels, so if you're getting pixels, and you spend, $50 for 100 pixels, you can make 2 of these little trees here. And this is actually 3 foot tall. And I used the spacing that was on here. I had to adjust some of them, but I used the spacing that came from the factory for this. So I hope that's an interesting little test for you, and I hope you guys enjoy. Later.